Long ago, in a small African village surrounded by vast golden plains and ancient baobab trees, there lived a poor young boy named Kofi. Every day, Kofi carried heavy bundles of firewood through the village. His clothes were worn, his stomach was often empty, and many villagers laughed at him because he was poor. But Kofi had a dream. He dreamed of becoming rich. He dreamed of a life where no one would mock him again. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and painted the sky with shades of orange and red, Kofi walked home along a lonely path. Suddenly, a mysterious stranger appeared before him. The man wore dark flowing robes, and his eyes seemed to glow in the fading light. "Kofi," the stranger said, "I can give you everything you have ever wanted." Kofi stared in amazement. "Everything?" he asked. The stranger smiled. "Wealth beyond your imagination." Kofi's heart raced. "What do you want in return?" The stranger pointed to the ground. "Your shadow." Kofi looked down and laughed. "My shadow? That's all." Without thinking twice, he agreed. The stranger stretched out his hand. A strange wind swept through the air. Golden sparks danced around them, and slowly, Kofi's shadow disappeared. The next morning, Kofi woke up to a miracle. His tiny hut had become a magnificent mansion. Gold filled every room. His fields overflowed with livestock. Servants waited for his commands. Overnight, Kofi had become the richest man in the village. At first, he was overjoyed. The villagers admired him. People bowed when he passed. Everything seemed perfect. But then something changed. One afternoon, a child noticed something strange. "Kofi has no shadow!" The villagers looked closely. It was true. No matter where he stood, Kofi cast no shadow. Fear spread through the village. Whispers followed him wherever he went. People avoided him. Children ran away. Even those who once admired him refused to come near. Soon, Kofi found himself completely alone. His gold could buy food. His gold could buy comfort. But it could not buy friendship. It could not buy trust. And it could not buy happiness. For the first time, Kofi realized the terrible mistake he had made. He had traded away something far more valuable than he had ever imagined. Determined to make things right, Kofi left his wealth behind and began a long journey. He crossed dangerous rivers. He traveled through enchanted forests. He climbed sacred mountains. For many days and nights, he searched for the mysterious stranger. Finally, beneath a bright moon, Kofi found him standing atop a sacred mountain. Beside him floated Kofi's missing shadow. The stranger smiled. "You may have your shadow back." Kofi's eyes filled with hope. "But if you take it," the stranger continued, "all your riches will disappear forever." Kofi looked at the gold surrounding him. Then he looked at his shadow. For a long moment, he stood in silence. Then he lifted his head and said, "I would rather be poor and whole than rich and empty." The stranger nodded. A brilliant light filled the sky. The mountain trembled, and Kofi's shadow returned to him. In an instant, his mansion vanished. His gold disappeared. His riches were gone. But Kofi felt something he had not felt in a very long time. Peace. When he returned to the village, the people welcomed him with open arms. They no longer saw a wealthy man. They saw a man of character, a man who had learned the true meaning of wealth. And from that day forward, Kofi lived happily, knowing that no amount of gold could ever replace who he truly was.